Alright guys, so I have looked around on YouTube and cannot find anybody that's really done a video on this issue that I'm having with my clutch. But I've done figured it out, so I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. So what we have here is a 2008 Dodge Ram 2500 6.7 Cummins with the G56 straight shift. So what we got is a Southbend 3250 dual disc clutch, which is about somewhere between 8 and 10 years old. It's probably got 50,000 miles on or something. I don't use the truck a whole lot. Not a big powerhouse, just the normal stuff that you would do to a 2008 Dodge Ram 6.7. You know what I mean? Without getting in depth, without going to prison or some shit. Stock fuel, all that stuff, but just the normal stuff everybody does with this truck. So what the issue was is you push the clutch in, come to stop, push the clutch in, wouldn't go into second. Couldn't take off. Like, what the shit? So you turn the key off, you put it in gear, fire it up, take off, shift just fine. That's weird. Come to stop would not go into reverse or second. It wasn't gonna happen. So what we found was, first I put some hydraulics in it, clutch, master cylinder and the slave cylinder, swapped those out. Same thing, didn't matter. Adjusted the clutch pedal, you know, didn't matter, didn't make no difference. So, pulled the tranny out, and what we found was that there are 4 dowel pins. Now, keep in mind, this is a 8-10-year-old dual disc from Southbend, so it's been updated. These dowel pins right here, actually this one, had backed out and was just sitting there, just riding right in between that and this part right here. You see that little wear mark right there? It was riding, and this is where the dowel pin goes, right there. Goes through that hole in the center plate. So, that had come out, and what I did was I just put it back in there, put some red Loctite on it, and took a center punch and kind of pinged around it there, just kind of squished the metal in. You can probably see on that one a little bit better right there. I did all 4 of them like that. Now this one being somewhere between, they are pressed in dowel pins. So whenever that thing backed out and it was riding on that right there, it was riding on that, well, everything, it would disengage, you know, the pressure plate and all that stuff worked, but everything was still spinning and it wasn't slowing down because it was kind of, you know, mechanical connection right there between that plate and the pressure plate. So on the newer stuff, and I could send this flywheel back, but for about the half the cost of replacing everything, it's like $1,200, or you send this back and have everything updated for I think like $600. But you call Southbend if you had this product, because there were some good guys there. I called and talked to them several times. But the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because if it does it again, then I will update the stuff, put another flywheel in it, and have one that they got the bolt in. They bolt in through the back for the dowel pin, so it can't come out. So I'm just going to leave it at that and put these new these little bushings back in there. They go right here. I'm waiting on them to come. These little things that go in right there, they're just kind of dampener. You can see that one's kind of just chewed up. They go in on each side. So I ordered some of those new while I was in there, new pilot bearing, new throwout bearing. But anyway, back to the deal is I couldn't find anything on YouTube that everybody was just like swapping out their hydraulics, and either that fixed it or I couldn't find anything else. There was nothing else. So, and this clutch is, you know, somewhere between 8 and 10 years old, and I don't know when they started doing the bolt-in dowel pins. So, you know, but if you are having an issue, I'd call Southbend. You know, if this little video don't help nobody, you know, when you've gone through the same things I've done, I was just like, screw it, I'll pull the transmission out and see what it is. Something's got to be in there and screwed up. So that's what it was. Dowel pin backed out, and knocked it back in there, and that's it. Yeah. Could do the upgrade, but I ain't going to because it's lasted 18 years and maybe 50,000 miles. You know, some people are like, well, that's not very long, but I don't drive it very much. You know, it's taken me that long to put 50,000 miles on it, ish, somewhere. I mean, the truck's got more than that, but on that clutch is, you know, that's what it's got. But so it's taken me that long to put that many miles on there. I ain't gonna worry about it. If it does it again, I'll upgrade everything and we'll go from there. Anyway, so there you go. There's some little information. If nobody else can find issues with their transmission other than people replacing their hydraulics, clutch cylinder, master cylinder, or slave cylinder, master cylinder, and that still doesn't fix your issue, and you've got one of these older clutches, then pull the tranny out because you may have some backed out dowel pin, you know, or something else. But there you go. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. You ain't even got the like button. You can hit the dislike button. You don't even have to hit the notification bell. Just hit the subscribe button. Don't cost you nothing. It's free. Just take your finger and go, pick, subscribe. All right. See you.